Very well, gentlemen, very well.
Good.
So, you have a double actor?
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice, I must say, yeah.
Thank you for having us. So nice
Thank
to meet
you for having me.
And I must say, I love your shoes.
These do create an impression. I found them last year, and yes, you know.
Comfortable.
Comfortable.
Comfortable, and also they create attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. And congratulations with your autobiography. It's a bestseller all over the world.
I know, I mean, author, you know.
How does that make you feel?
The last thing I expected to be. I expected, you know, the book to obviously have interest, you know, and I wanted to tell the story. You know, I had no idea the, you know, number one. You know, my charts are either likely to die or hopefully the record charts. You know? So this is a new one on me, and so, you know, I'm playing it by ear.
The last time you were in Norway, you stayed for a couple of extra days.
Yeah.
What did you do?
To let my old lady, Patricia, who is Norwegian, American Norwegian.
Yeah.
I found out there was far more family in Norway than we expected.
Yeah.
So we spent the time with them and eating reindeer and stuff. But yeah, it was a family affair, you know.
Yeah. But, let's go back to 1962 when you founded the Rolling Stones.
Mm-hmm.
It took off very quickly. What can you remember from that first period?
It was an extraordinary time, especially in England. And of course, I have to bring up the Beatles. Of course, bless their hearts. You know, I mean, we thought that we were the only band in England doing anything new. And then suddenly comes the Beatles with Love, and they're making records, Love Me Do.
Yeah.
And we immediately felt, you know, like relief that there was somebody else sort of on our wavelength, and that it was happening in the north of England as well as in London. And immediately became great friends, you know. I know all of this Stones versus Beatles and everything, but it actually didn't exist between the bands at all.
You were good friends?
Yeah, very good friends. I mean, after all, John and Paul gave us I Want to Be Your Man in 1963, you know, because they was trying to sell their songs, you know, songwriters do, you know. And at the same time, I think we both felt a very strong kinship of what we were doing.
In the book, you are very honest about your relationship with Mick Jagger. Mm-hmm. And you once you said he's your best friend and worst enemy.
At times, yes.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Well, I got to say that I must impress upon everybody that these stories basically revert back to the 80s, you know, 30-odd years ago. It wasn't unexpected to me that somewhere down the road, you know, there would be a desire for someone to say, the Rolling Stones, is that all there is? Now, my answer to that was yes.
Yeah.
You know, so Mick's answer to it was, I'm going to find out, you know. So, I mean, Mick wanted us, you know, to me, that was a sin.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, if there is such a thing, you know. But I mean, it was a loyalty thing, you know. You know, you've got the best band in the world, man. You know, I mean, don't screw around with it. You know?
Okay. And you also describe it like a marriage, but you can't divorce it because
exactly,
you have
that's the problem.
A baby, which you.
Well, the baby's the Stones, you know. I mean, no, the Stones are bigger than Mick, bigger than me, and to me, the important thing is to keep this incredible band together.
We're very happy that you keep it together.
Yeah. Well, that's my job, man. That's my job.
What does Mickey think about your book?
He's read it and he's run away for a while. No, he knows it. I mean, I said to Mick, you know, I told the story, you know, the way from my point of view. And as I said to Mick, you can always write your own.
Okay. But we've been working really close for 10 years.
Yeah,
And you...
so you kind of know the thing, you know.
Yeah, we know the thing.
Teamwork.
Yeah, the teamwork is important. But you've done it for 50 years with Mick.
I know.
Do you
Don't
have-
worry, you've only got 40 to go.
Do you have any tips so we can last another 4
Yeah,
years?
just hang in, and if the friendship's strong enough, it will overcome all of the other stuff, you know.
You're also very open about your rock and roll lifestyle, and you said that you use drugs to get away from the fame. What do you mean?
In
by
a
that?
way, I mean, I guess as a cushion, I guess you've suddenly put in this position where what you want to do is make records,
Yeah.
and obviously you want to sell them. At the same time, you suddenly realize that in order to do that, you have to be famous. Yeah. And that took a while for me. And everybody had to deal with it in different ways. Unfortunately for Brian, it killed him. Yeah. The obsession with fame. You know, and it's a very difficult thing to deal with. My answer was to hide a little, and in order to deal with that, you know. It was an experiment that went on far too long.
And you mentioned the list earlier. You told us the terrible list where the top 10 of rock and roll stars expected.
I'm sure that the person that dreamed up that idea is already dead and buried.
I hope so. I hope so.
No. But at the same time, I would laugh at it, the whole idea of it. You know. In fact, I got a little disappointed when I started slowly to drop down. You can't kill him.
But you've stopped using drugs now for 30 years. What made you stop?
Enough, as I said, the experiment was over. There was nowhere else to go with it. It should have been a shorter experiment, actually, but that's the nature of heroin. Is you know, that it takes a long time to get away. But in doing that, you know, I've never felt any desire to go back there. It was, as I say, it was like a chapter.
So when you stopped,
been there, done that, move on. You know.
Now your life is very different. As you said, you've been married to Paddy for 27 years.
Yeah.
What kind of a husband are you?
Well, you better ask her. You know, but we're still together.
Yeah.
And, she's out at the moment walking around, having a look at Paris. But hey, we're great friends. Hey, that's basically it.
Yeah, we have a picture of your
Yeah.
two beautiful daughters here.
Yes, the
Theodora
offspring, yes.
and Alexandra. And we were wondering, when they bring boys to the house,
They do,
they do?
of course.
What do you do then?
At first, I threatened to cut their cock off. But that was way back, you know, when they were 15 or something, you know. And since then, they have... they're being romanced, and they say, "Daddy, I'm in love." I go, "Yeah, for how long, honey?" You know what I mean? So at the moment, it's kind of like that. Yeah. But they bring back some really interesting guys. You know.
Interesting guys, or
yeah, interesting. You know, I mean, they come from different areas. Some
rock and roll guys?
Not necessarily. No. Someone is a carpenter.
Okay.
But a very good one.
But do you test them? Do you ask them questions to just check them out?
Well, no, I don't do that. I leave that to Paddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I just sound like, you know, very benign.
Yeah. You founded Rolling Stones when you were 19 years old, and now, still, 50 years later, you sell out the biggest stadiums all over the world. What's the secret?
I don't think there is any of these magical secrets. So, you know, what am I saying? Love potion number 9? Yeah. No. I just happen to be working with a bunch of guys that have that affinity for each other, that loyalty to each other, and also know that in some weird chemistry, we have found a perfect way to express ourselves. And, you know, and I'm still pushing them to go further, you know.
What are the plans for the Rolling Stones in the future?
Whispers, I have nothing I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay.
You know, that famous phrase. But I think we're looking, it seems I hear whispers around the block that next year, it should be...
A tour, maybe?
Yes, I think so. Some road work and we'll cut some stuff. You know.
A record as well?
Yeah. I think so.
And when you, I say when, I hope you go on this tour, will you come to Norway?
I hope so. If we get on the road, who knows where we go. It's a little early to say where and when, but next year I have a feeling.
Your wife will be mad if you don't come to Norway.
I know, she's going to drag me there. But I love Norway anyway, so it's not a hard deal.
Can I ask you a favor, please?
Yeah, sure.
I have brought my guitar. Would you mind signing it?
Of course not. No problem.
Oh, perfect.
No. Oh, that's a beauty. Yeah, that Gretsch, yes.
Oh. Okay, and I have a...
Wow,
I have a marker.
In such perfect condition.
Oh, thank you. Yes, and I've actually played on it a little bit, even if it doesn't look like it.
I know, just a little. I can tell.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of wear on it.
No, it's not.
This is a moment.
This is a moment.
Artistico.
Thank you very much. That was real nice of you.
Pleasure.
We hope to see you in Norway. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Great
you.
meeting you.
Thomas and Harald.